The nation has not been plunged into darkness for 30 days now. This extended break from load shedding comes as the country is just less than 40 days away from the elections. But the leader of the official opposition says this is nothing to write home about.
And they're burning billions of rands worth of diesel just to keep the lights on, to create the impression to South Africans going into the last stretch of the election that everything was all right. But everything is not all right, because if you look at the available energy factor, available energy supply factor, it has not improved. And that is the real measure about how much energy is going back in the economy. Response to a parliamentary question posed by Dr. Mimi Gondwe, our Shadow Minister of Public Enterprises, shows that over the last 5 years, this government has spent 65 billion rand on burning diesel. 23.38 billion rands worth of diesel was burnt in the last fiscus 23-24 alone.
And while the country observes 30 years of democracy, Steenhuisen reflects on the highs and the lows, conceding that whilst there has been some good done by the government of the day, the bad outweighs it.
I think that the story of South Africa 30 years on can be much like a rugby match, divided into two halves. I think we had 15 years where things were moving in the right direction. And I've always been a critic of the ANC, but I'm the first to admit they did get a lot of things right. They did build houses. They did focus on trying to address the issues. And our country was moving in the right direction. I think we had a sense that we were a nation with purpose. But the last 15 years, the second half, has been fundamentally catastrophic for our country. And it's wiped out and reversed many of those wonderful things that we were on the path to achieving. Unemployment. People pushed into the unemployment queues. Corruption that has seized all of the ball bearings of state. Nothing moves in government unless somebody's getting a kickback or there's some contract.
The DA says South Africa needs bold policies to turn around the economy of the country. The party wants to change the SRD grant into a job seekers grant. It says the grant will assist recipients in job searches and the establishment of small businesses.
We want people who are wanting to start businesses, people who want to actually get employment and are actively seeking this employment, to actually go out there and use that money to be able to do so. I don't think that you're going to be able to create an ice cream business, as President Cyril Ramaphosa once told us at SONA, but I think you can definitely use that as an enabler to access economic opportunity. And that's why we believe it's important to add that requirement to the SRD grant so that we actively incentivize people to go out and seek work. But it cannot happen in isolation. We need these other policies to be in place so that it's easier to get work as a young person, it's easier to be able to access economic opportunity.
Meanwhile, the party will be holding its Freedom Day celebrations at the Greyville Convention Centre in Durban on Saturday. Natasha Piri, SABC News, Johannesburg.